Breaking news. We are learning tonight that the actions of a local anesthesiologist may have exposed more than 2,000 patients in the Portland area to HIV or hepatitis. Fox 12 investigative reporter Ezra Kaplan is joining us now with more on this breaking story. Ezra, what can you tell us?
Yeah, both Providence and Legacy Health confirmed today that the actions of a single anesthesiologist may have been responsible for over 2,400 infectious disease exposures. According to the hospitals, the physician had worked for the Oregon Anesthesiology Group, which both hospitals had contracts with. That physician is no longer employed by the group. Providence says that the exposures may have come from that physician not following their internal infection control practices. In a statement to Fox 12, Providence wrote, the actions of this physician might have put patients at a low risk of exposure to possible infections, including hepatitis B and C and HIV. We are notifying approximately 2,200 patients seen at Providence Willamette Falls Medical Center and 2 patients seen at Providence Portland Medical Center. They go on to say that these patients are receiving a mailed letter and/or may get a notification in their My Chart. And Legacy shared this statement with us. We are in the process of sending letters notifying 221 patients who may have been impacted. Upon learning of this situation, we immediately suspended the provider and launched a comprehensive investigation. Legacy goes on to say, our community should know that this was an isolated situation involving a single provider contracted with the Oregon Anesthesiology Group to provide care at Legacy Mount Hood Medical Center. And he did that for approximately 6 months, beginning in December of 2023. And the group that employed the physician, Oregon Anesthesiologist Group, shared this statement. When we learned that the physician had violated infection control practices, we suspended him, informed our partners, Legacy Health and Providence, and then began an investigation that resulted in the physician's termination. All 3 groups stressed that their patient safety was their top priority. We're staying on top of this story and working to learn more about just what happened in this situation. And we want to hear from you. If you or someone in your family has been notified of a potential infectious disease exposure, please let us know. You can contact us on our website at kptv.com. I'm Ezra Kaplan in studio, Fox 12 Oregon.